Welcome to this session on creating a project border file. In this session, we're going to create a project border file. You may currently have a standard border file, and if so, you could use that for this exercise. I'm going to copy one of the delivered project borders and then make some modifications to it. Now, in the previous sessions, we have created all of the standards at the WorkSpace level, so that the standards would apply to all the work sets or projects that exist within that workspace. But since a border file tends to be specific to a particular project, we're going to create this at the work set level. That doesn't mean you may not have some sort of standard border files that you might maintain in the workspace or in some kind of company data set that you then copy to a work set to make the modifications for each individual project. So I'm going to start by going to the delivered data set. So under our program data folder, Bentley, OpenBuildings Connect Edition, Configuration, Data Sets, and I'm using the data set US. There is a seed folder, and under that is a borders folder, and there's some different sized kind of standard size borders in there. If you were in a metric data set, you would have the metric standard sizes like A1, A2, and so forth. I'm going to select this ARC-F border. That's a 30-inch by 42-inch border, fairly standard drawing border. And I'm just going to copy it. And then I'm going to come over here to my P drive, and I'm going to put this in my project template. That way the border file will already be there when a new project is created and any modifications could be made to it. And I'm actually just going to locate it basically in the same location under the standards folder, the seed folder, and then there's a borders folder. And I'll come here and just paste. And then I'm going to rename this border. And I'm just going to name it border underbar project. Now you notice that's a somewhat generic name, and that's because when we set up our actual drawing template seeds for creating new drawings, we're going to reference a border called border project, and therefore we want it to be fairly generic. It will find the border to whichever is the active work set. So once I've set up that project border file, I'm going to open it in Building Designer. I want to make sure I select the correct workspace, the XYZ workspace, and the correct WorkSet, which is the project template US. And then I will select Browse. You may have to switch to your P drive where your projects are stored and select the correct project. And then again, it's under the Standards folder, under the Seed folder, and under the Borders folder. Make sure you have the correct filter on. And so there's my border project.dgn, and I'm simply going to open that up. So of course I could come in here and I could make any changes to the graphics of this border. For instance, if I wanted to maybe adjust the title block area, make it a little bit thinner, I could just use a fence. And manipulate the fence contents and use the stretch command, and perhaps I want that to just be 3 inches. And maybe we just want to take off a few of the graphics here. I also might want to add some text that would be consistent on every drawing within the project, for instance, the project name. So again, I could come and just use the place text. I want to select one of my standard text styles I set up earlier, such as the drawing title. I'll just call this Project ABC. Come over and place that on the border. And the same is true for the owner. So anything I customize here on the actual border file will show up in every sheet because this file will be referenced to each sheet. And I'll just do a fit view and a save settings. And now that we have the border ready, we're really ready to go ahead and start setting up the project drawing templates, which we will do in the next session.
If you found this video helpful, please give it a like. If you want to see more such series, consider subscribing to our channel. Thank you, and see you next time.